Hey, Dragon Lords, it's Defiant2 here, yet again with another video. I think what I'm going to do for this video is I already did my war runs on this main account, Defiant2. So what I was going to do is I was going to join my other account in its war and kind of show you guys what we're talking about as far as war. Just another, again, war refresher, reiterating how important the flames are and how the flames work. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and pick my my war target, and the account I'm on is a level 109, so I want to keep it somewhere around there. As you can see, the 194 here is just going to be too high. I go in here and I hit attack. Well, it won't let me. If I look up the info, his attack power is 48.2 million with a defense power of 40.2. So I'd essentially have to find a dragon that can attack at 40.2. And this account's best dragon kit has a 12.8 mil attack. So it's just, that's on my highest account, so I know my 109 is not going to be able to defeat it. So the next one left is this 103. So I'm going to attack this. I'm going to look at this 103 and see. It's 1.4 million. So this 103 is 1.4 million. And my highest dragon's attack level is 4.7. Couple things to note on the base. So let's see. Jane. So, couple things to look at this base, and I'm going to show you this base from this screen that I'm looking at on my other account. Is it has the two new towers. The newest tower I haven't seen a lot to make me think that it's this most powerful tower that I've ever seen. Not like with the howitzer. When I attacked a base with a low level howitzer for the first time, it almost knocked out my dragon, and I should have been able to take out the base easily. So it does have a howitzer, so that's going to be my focus to kill first when I do my attack. You'll also notice they do not have their base boosted currently, but they do have a dragon on their perches, 2 perches. Both are sorcerer dragons. One's a wind element, one's an ice element. One is a super shot bonus, and one does not have any kind of bonus. They actually have 3 dragon towers. You'll see that level 10 there on the Long Island. That's the only thing on that Long Island. So when I do attack this base, I'm going to start from the very, very beginning. On the Long Island, first Long Island, it has also a sorcerer dragon on the perch, and it is an earth element. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this because I know my dragon can take this base. I'm going to hit attack. I'm going to hit join. And I'm going to join my war run. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kill this base. As you can see, up in the upper left hand corner, it tells you how much is destroyed. 0% of the base is destroyed right now. So I'm going to keep going. So I guess now I'm at 9%. I want to get to at least 70% with this dragon. If I was running this base by myself and I could not kill this base 100%, I would not get it. So right now I'm at 41%. as I'm rounding to this last small island. 62% now, getting ready to go into the last one. So as you can see, I'm usually going to get 70%. I've gotten 35%, so that's where the first red, as you can notice, I just got my second red flame for getting to 70% of the base, and my first orange flame, 70% of the base. Now I've got 99% of the base, so I got 3 orange flames. Get all full flames. So as you can see, I got the 3 orange flames. That's for using only 1 dragon. The 2 yellows are for, actually I think the 2 yellows are for winning with 1 dragon. You'd lose if you used 2, you'd only get 1 of those yellow flames. If you had to use all 3 dragons, you would get no yellow flames. The orange flames are for the amount of the base that you attack and kill. I can't remember off the top of my head right now which ones those, what the percentages are, but I think it's like probably close to 35% damage, then 70% damage, and then 99% damage will be 3 flames. So you'll get 1 orange flame for roughly around 35% damage. You'll get your second orange flame for 70% damage, and you'll get your third orange flame for 99% damage. Yellow flames, again, it's because I only used 1 dragon, so I got both flames. If I would have had to use 2 dragons, I would have gotten only 1 yellow flame. If I would have had to use all 3 dragons, I would have gotten no yellow flames. The red flames are the fact that I was able to kill 70% or more using my first dragon on my attacking account. If I were to only get 35% damage with that first dragon, I would have only gotten 1 red flame, as you saw as I progressed. Now, the difference with a backer is not much, except for, as you guys know, when you run a run or you run an attack and you have a backer, you'll use your first dragon. If it doesn't make it through the base, it will die, and then your backer will then use 1 dragon. Then that backer is done for the game if their dragon dies. Your first dragon and your backer's first dragon counts as 1 dragon used. So, if you're able to kill 100% of the base with your backer's dragon, you get all full flames. If you have a backer, you die without killing the whole base, then your backer comes in and isn't able to kill the whole base, and you have to use a second dragon, you will lose 1 yellow flame. If you then have to use another dragon after that, then you lose both yellow flames. And the same goes with the percentage of the base that you're able to damage. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So basically, the biggest thing for you when you're picking, like even when you go into your normal attacks, when you're picking your base, pick one around your attack level. So the max XP I can get right now with this account, it looks like, is 43.1. So if I come to this first 43.1 on my account, the attack power is 12.4. Well, I know my strongest dragon is 12.8. So I might be able to pass, I might be able to beat it, but why not try to find a different base? So right here, this guy's base at a 142 is only 3.97 million defense, and he gives me max XP. I'm going to pick this target over in a heartbeat because I know I'm going to be able to defeat this base no matter what. For normal attacks, it doesn't matter if you have to use all 3 dragons. I mean, the more flames you get helps the team out overall, but it's not like war where if you lose out on a flame, it could cost us the war. It just more flames for you in participating in just normal regular attacks just ups your activity level on the team. So you want to try to always go for full flames, but if you can't, on a normal attack, fine, use 3 dragons. But when you're doing a war attack, it is imperative that you pay attention to being able to kill a base at your own level. Because if you go in and, let's see if I can find someone. I think my main Defiant account is level 137. So if I come over here, there's a 151, a 111. So the 151 is somewhere around my range, the closest to my range. If I hit attack and I come in here and I look at this guy's base, so as you can see, his or her base is 11.5 mil in defense. My dragon's attack power again is 12.8. You want to look at the tower levels too. It looks like they have a howitzer on there, pretty high level at 33. They have a new tower, but it's low level. There's a chance I could beat this island, but it's also boosted. You see the little blue shields and the little blue swords? That means they boosted their base. I know they have a super shot buff on their dragon perch on both their first long island and their first short island. And then on their second long island, on their little short island, they have another super shot buff with the dragon perch. And then they have a tower defense buff for the last long island and short island. So those are all things you want to look at. Those are all things you want to take into account. This guy's base is boosted, so 11.5 million is pretty high for a defense on his base. His base is probably roughly 4 to 5 mil normally, maybe 7 at the most when it's not boosted. So boosting your base before war always helps. It will help people who are defending your base. It will also help people who are it'll help you defeat their dragons. So that's just basically some insight there. In the forge, I usually build timers, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff you can build. XP boosts when you're trying to make your dragons breedable, but as you can see, that costs you rubies to use. The other ones that don't cost rubies are just they just take however long to forge. Timers to me are the best, so that's why I pick timers. Sorry, I got people walking by my window, so I'm talking to my phone and talking to nobody at all, but they might think I'm weird, which I am. I own it. So I kind of wanted to hang on to the game and play the game until I see a defend banner, so you guys can see what defending is like. But who knows how long that will take. Right now I'm also going in and boosting my base. Reason for it, making my bases harder to kill, easier to defend. For those of you that may not know how to boost your base, if you click on these little statues, you hit the equip button, you can boost it with, like, see, I have a common cannon attack. I don't have any cannons on here, so that's probably not helpful. I probably should re-equip that rune. But you can click on here and you have any available rune that you can pick. Obviously, blue, you want legendary if you can get it. Mythic, fire flak, ice flak, lightning attack. You know, if you have a mythic, I would equip that. But just be very, very cognizant if you plan to move stuff around later on. It's not cheap to salvage these runes. So you either lose it or you're going to cost yourself rubies to make sure you don't lose it and you can re-equip it on a new tower. But next, after runes, you can hit this boost button. And as you can see, it's green. I have boosted my base. It has 22 hours and 26 minutes left before the boost wears out. And our war roughly ends in 20 hours and 44 minutes. So that covers war. That's right around when I stopped boosting my base. So that is typical, and wouldn't waste your boosts if we're not doing war. One thing to keep into account is, as you can see, everybody so far on the top levels have gotten full flames. We've got one who missed a red flame. That's because they only got 35% of the base killed. It is what it is. It's trial and error and figuring out how things work. It looks like Master Hobbit attacked within his level range. He probably just wasn't ready for either a boosted base or somebody was defending. Sometimes that's why we say pick lower than your level. He did pick lower than his level, but it is what it is. Sometimes you guys are not going to have an option. All you're going to have is level 300s left for you to attack, and that just does not help you. But as you can see, it looks like most everybody. Oh, here's a couple. We got Tigersol and Wolf Trained 1. Both attack level 31s. If we come over here and try to find their names. Level 28, so they went above their level. And level 21, well below their level. So don't count on your backer. That's another thing that I want to point out, because if you're relying on your backer to defeat that base, that's awesome, but you're not going to get full flames if you cannot kill 70% or more with your very first dragon. Keyword, one dragon. Only use your first dragon and get at least 70%. So when you're picking a base, you have to know you'll at least get 70% with that first dragon. Otherwise, you're not going to get full flames. These guys didn't even get full red flames. They got full everything else, but they had to take, or they got full orange flames and full. And as you can see, we can come in here and you can see who hasn't done war, who's done wars. So really, not to beat a dead horse, but really pick a base that you know with the very first dragon that you use, you can at least kill 70% of the base. Otherwise, when it comes down to a tie, it goes on the number of attack attempts that your team has done. So right now we're killing it. We're winning by over 100 points. But if you come in here and you look at us, only 3 players have done their attacks on us. So only 3 players have done their attacks from their team. A good chunk of our team has already done their attacks. So we're left with what you got. And the other thing to point out is you can always leave a base if you don't get any flames. So say you thought you could take the base because you could get, oh, here's a defend. We'll get back to that. I'm going to defend and show a defend.
basically, how do you get a flame bar over here? You go on inside. Those help keep the base. You got shields so you can drop on towers. Towers. Then you got a sword that'll help with them. As you can see, they're doing damage. And then you got the hammer, which helps heal the towers. It makes it so they think they're about ready to kill it, but then boom, the green dot comes in. So keep in mind when you're shooting that you want to put before the dragon gets to the base. For the hammer, I wait until right before they round that corner and get ready to do a shot, because as they're doing that, once I know he's gotten to that base, because I want. Kill 70% of the base. If you don't and that is considered in a I can't talk right now, a successful attack. So it counts, it works, and they lost out on the yellow flames because they used 3 dragons to do it. So that's a defense. Back to what I was talking about beforehand, if I can remember. So when you pick a target for war and say you pick around your level, you're expecting you'll be able to get 70%. Let's say on your first dragon you go through and you only get 20% and you have a backer. If you're backing, don't get any flames. Swap out immediately, and the other person can then quit the attack and then either retry a new base because they didn't get any flames for that attack, so they don't get credit, so then they can pick a new target. Or they can try again with a different dragon or a stronger dragon. So basically, if you're attacking and you have a backer and you only get 20% and your dragon dies, if your backer then comes in and swaps immediately without killing any of the base, and it comes back to you to use a second dragon, quit the attack. Because then you still have a shot to either redo that run and try to get better and get 70%, or you can pick a new target and get full flames instead of just settling for what you got. I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of confusing. If there's any questions based on that, Loud RV driving through, sorry. If none of that makes sense, please reach out, please ask questions. I can't help you progress in the game or understand the game anymore if we are not asking questions. We can sit here all day long and assume you know what to do and then find out that you didn't know what to do because you didn't tell us. So communication in this game is key. Talk to us. If you don't understand how something works, reach out, email, tap in line chat or tap in the chat room if you see us on, but do something. If you're unfamiliar, most of us have the answers. Me and Atlas were able to figure out what all these little symbols on these maps mean. You know, we also know you can go from map view to tactical view. so you can actually look at their bases, look at the towers, see what dragons are on their perch. You know, you can see all this, but we know what all these images mean now just by brainstorming and figuring it out. So we can find the answers for you guys if we don't know them, but we don't know if you don't know if you don't know something, if you don't tell us that you don't know something. But with that, that's all I wanted this video to be, is kind of you guys seeing me do a war run, see how I pick my targets, seeing me do a defense, how defenses work. Obviously that defense wasn't very successful, but it was a longer base with not powerful towers. So I did the best I can with the bases that I'm given. But with that, Defiant 2 is going to be signing out, and I hope you guys enjoy your evening.